Coach, big time win today against St. Mary's, a very tough opponent. 14-6 in the season opener. What are some thoughts after today's win?
Yeah, we came out early and got that first zero from Lance, and thought we had a good plan against their starter, and obviously executed it really well, and got to him for six in the first inning. Just a lot of good at bats in a row. Baseball could be weird sometimes. You can have good at bats, but they're spread out. These all happened in a row. Got us off to a good start, and then from there just kept putting zeros up. They did chip away at us. Got it to 6-2, and we responded again with one really big inning again. So, and kind of stretched it out big enough to get us home. So, really good offensive day, but I don't want it to get lost how good Lance was as a starting pitcher today. That's a really good lineup over there. You got to execute. As we saw later in the game, you make little mistakes, they can really do damage. So, no lead is safe with them, and we're confident we could execute. But glad we played the game full 9 innings against them offensively.
Lance picked up your second win of the season here. 5 innings, gave up 2 runs to earn the win. When you come out, put a zero in the first inning, and then come back in the second, you're already leading 6-0. How's that feel to have that big of a cushion?
Yeah, I mean, as a starter and your team goes down and puts up 6 on their starter, you kind of feel pretty invincible. Just go up there and start filling up the zone and just letting them hit it and getting a good defense behind me. Trevor made a really good play right after that inning happened, and I also want to thank Jacob White. Without him, I wouldn't be pitching here today, so he's one of the best.
You get into some trouble in that 4th inning. You give up a run, but you get that big double play to get 2 outs on the board. Knowing that St. Mary's a good hitting team, and they saw you through the full lineup in there. But do you think they kind of figured you out a little bit, or did you just kind of get loose a little bit in those 2 4th and 5th innings?
I mean, I'm not really upset with that. I mean, as the game progressed, I knew my whole job was just to fill up the zone and collect outs as many as I could. And, Ram came up to me after one of those walks and said, "Hey, man, just keep going up there and keep having fun." Got a ground ball to TJ, and then got another out right after that, and guys went back to hitting. That's all we want.
Eddie, 2 for 5 today, 3 RBIs, picked up your 5th home run of the year. What did you see at the plate today that made you so successful?
Yeah, as far as like the first at bat went, obviously just trying to get the guy over and pick up a ribby there, help the team out as best I could. And then, those last few at bats, I was just kind of seeing a hanger. Missed it the at bat before, and then the next one just went placata over the fence.
It seems like every at bat, what I've seen every home game here is you're always trying to swing for the fences. Big hacks every at bat. What's your mentality at every plate appearance? Trying to either get on base or hit a home run.
Just try to get my swing off. I always feel like I'm swinging at every pitch until I don't. If it's out of my zone, if it's a ball, I'm spitting on it. But if I keep the mentality of just getting my swing off, eventually I get the pitch I want, and I'll hit it hard.
Rob, you're up 13-2 heading into that 6th inning. They put up 4 runs in that inning. With Colby on the mound and that big of a cushion, how do you rate his performance, knowing that probably wasn't the best, but you had that big of a cushion to kind of have a little bit wiggle room there?
Yeah, no, I don't. It wasn't a great performance out of Colby. He'd probably be the first one to tell you that. His job there is similar to what Lance was doing. We fight for small numbers. We try and give up 1 run, not 4 runs. And he just kind of put too many guys on. Fell behind, was missing spots, and that's a really hard lineup to constantly be in 2-0, 3-1 counts. And obviously, ball was flying a little bit. If you make a mistake, I think 7 of their 9 hitters could really make you pay in one swing at a bat. It's a crazy conference. You're on the verge of a 10-run rule, and then you're on the verge of getting your closer loose because anything can happen, and that's why we don't really talk about the scoreboard. We just try and execute the next pitch over and over again. So, yeah, it wasn't his best, but we'll be leaning on him pretty heavy the next time, on the next time around with him.
Obviously, 6 runs aboard in that first inning. You run their starter, Del Vecchio. He's a very good pitcher. How was the offense able to kind of get to him pretty early?
I mean, he fell behind a few guys, and we did some damage. But we kind of know like he's been good, but it's been some really good starts and some short outings. So we wanted to be aggressive to him. We weren't worried much about pitch count or getting him out of the game that way. We knew him being good, and on Fridays you have to go hit your way out of these things. Teams don't hand it to you. So that was our mindset. But I thought we had a really good pregame. Sounds cliche, but a lot of days we're kind of sleepwalking the first time through the order, and I tried to make sure they understood. We don't have time today. This is a good offensive team. You got to show you're here to fight. So I was really proud of that.
Looking back at Monday, all those runs against Cal came against on home runs there. You obviously hit 2 today, but hit a couple doubles, got some base hits. How was the team able to kind of mix it up more today and not just kind of rely on the home run?
It's weird. I know we have a lot. I think we have conference lead in homers and stuff like that, but I don't look at us necessarily as this big power offense. I want us to be able to win any type of game we have to win, and obviously Monday, it was the long ball got us all the runs. I mean, today we stole a base. We try and do small things too. And that's kind of what we're built upon. And I do believe small things like bunts and advancing an extra base are things that lead to those home runs eventually because you keep adding pressure pitch after pressure pitch on a guy. But luckily we have guys like Eddie, Trevor, guys that can really make you pay, which we've been lacking here for a while. So it's fun that if a team makes a mistake, they can really pay for it.
Back here tomorrow against St. Mary's for Game 2, knowing that they got rocked today, they got roughed up. What do you think their mindset heading into tomorrow would be, and how you guys are going to combat that?
Hard to say. I mean, it's their second conference game tomorrow, so I'm sure their season's not over for them. So I'm sure they're going to come out like it's a brand new day, high energy, and try and even things up. But we've been in all those situations, as I told the team post game. Last Friday, we win, and then we get mercy ruled the next day, and we have to respond. We've lost on Fridays and had to come back and win. So it's pretty irrelevant, today's game to tomorrow, unless you allow it to be. So we know this is a really tough opponent. I think you're going to 24 games in this conference, and I don't think there's going to be too many easy days. You just got to show up, ready to go. If you hand it to teams, they're going to take it. If you're in there to fight, it could be anybody's ball game.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.